We've also been joined by Ranking Member Levin, and I'm pleased to recognize Mr. Levin for questions.
Thank you and welcome, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you.
You know, I think it's not surprising but unfortunate that this hearing with the new commissioner has taken this approach. I remember when we had a hearing with the Inspector General, when the chairman talked about a culture of corruption, and there's never been any evidence of that or of political influence. The emails that were just put forth here came from a gentleman, and we pulled the story about him that goes back to June 18th, and I read it. The headline is, Conservative Republican at IRS Defends Treatment of Tea Party. And I read, John Schaefer, who described himself as a conservative Republican, told congressional investigators he flagged the first application for tax-exempt status from a Tea Party-aligned group that he and lower-level agents came across in February 2010 because it was a new, high-profile issue. This is from Mr. Schaefer, who describes himself as a conservative Republican. And all of these efforts to tie this to the White House have been fallacious. I now would like to read a communication from the Deputy Inspector General for Investigations dated Friday, May 3rd of 2013. Gentlemen, as a result of our meeting with Russell a couple weeks ago, we agreed to pull emails from identified staff members of the EO organization in Cincinnati to find out, number one, if an email existed that directed the staff to, in quotes, target Tea Party and other political organizations, and two, if there was a conspiracy or effort to hide emails about the alleged directive. Audit provided us with a list of employees in questions, keyword search terms, and a time frame for the emails. We pulled the available IRS emails, which resulted in 5,500 responsive emails. It continues, review of these emails revealed that there was a lot of discussion between the employees on how to treat the Tea Party and other political organization applications. There was, be on the lookout, a BOLO list specifically naming these groups. By the way, it turned out groups besides Tea Party. I continue. However, the emails indicated the organizations needed to be pulled because the IRS employees were not sure how to process them, not because they wanted to stall or hinder the application. There was no indication that pulling these selected emails, these selected applications, were politically motivated. I repeat, there was no indication that pulling these selected applications were politically motivated. I ask that this be inserted in the record.
Without objection.
So, Mr. Chairman.
Would the gentleman yield for a moment?
Yes.
I want to emphasize that this committee's investigation is not complete. And the purpose of all of this inquiry with the Commissioner today is to get his assurances that he will provide the documents that we've requested to complete this investigation, and then we'll come up with conclusions. I think it's in the interest of every member of this committee, regardless of their party affiliation, to get to the bottom of this based on the facts.
All right, so look, just ask him, will you supply the information? Don't veer off in trying to revive a position that has not been supported one iota. One iota. And it's clear you're trying to keep this issue alive for political purposes. This statement from the deputy says there was no political motivation, and there never has been a scintilla of evidence And so now the commissioner comes here, a new commissioner, when we should try to get off on the right foot, on a constructive foot. And what happens? You confront him with emails. He wasn't involved. And emails that tried to resurrect an issue that is not supported, Mr. Chairman. If you want to have a constructive, cooperative, bipartisan effort, do so. But don't use this hearing as an effort to essentially pursue a political purpose. So I ask you, and I'll finish, to the director, are you willing to cooperate fully with this committee?
I am, and I look forward, as I said earlier, to that cooperation.
Thank you.